type of place you come to get a piece of the past.
Food is good. Like, the food is really, really, really good.
You cut my veins wide open. This is just to pop out.
I heard about it, the moment I moved to Houston.
I've been coming to This Is It since 1975.
When you come here, you get that warm feel as if I'm back at home again.
It reminds you of what grandma used to make.
It's the love and care that you have to put in the soul food that makes people want to come back.
We're at Houston's This Is It Soul Food in the 3rd Ward. 1959, my grandfather and grandmother wanted to go into their own business, and my grandfather was a magnificent cook. So they ventured out in the 4th Ward area, stumbled across a wooden frame house, and she said, "This is it," and that's where they started the business. And to this day, we still have some of those old customers that still come down with us. I took over in 1994. My grandfather was wanted to retire. My grandmother, her health was failing, and so I said, "Show me everything you know. Let me carry on the business." Back in 2009, we purchased the property here and started This Is It over here.
Soul food does not mean black food. That's what a lot of people think. Soul food is the food that makes you feel good when you're cooking it.
It's a dish that's cooked from the heart.
When you're serving it and when you're eating it. You're proud of it. It's something that has a history.
Kept the food that our ancestors had, that they ate back in slavery and just brought it up to date. Things that were thrown away that was thought to be wasteful, we converted into a delicacy.
Still tastes original, like old school, All these cooking shows, everybody coming out teaching you how to cook, but you can't flavor stuff the way old school people do.
Pork chops,
Chitlins,
candied yam,
Fried catfish,
Short ribs.
oxtails.
oxtails.
The oxtails, that's the top seller. The meat just falls off the bone.
Can't open the door without them. We do at least 300 pounds a day. So much so that if we don't have them, some customers leave because that's what they came for. I work with my kids, my daughter and son and my son-in-law.
It was good growing up around the restaurant.
So I was born into This Is It. Everyone knew that my life would be centered around the restaurant. I didn't know that. I actually became a teacher. But something called me into the restaurant. And I realized that something was the legacy.
And it means a lot to be a part of history.
I passed the reign over to them back in November 2019. Every day I come here, I tell them how good of a job that they've done because I'm so proud to see what was taught me. I've been able to teach them, and now they're carrying on. So one day they'll be able to tell their own kids.
We're proud to keep in the family.
There is 4 generations working. The 5th generation is born, and they'll be in here, when they're not just 2 years old.
When you can come to a business 60 plus years.
Most restaurants open and close between 3 to 5 years. So to have a restaurant to be open for 61 years,
Steady rising and steady gaining, it's a blessing. It's a real blessing.
it's tremendous, man, and it's something special to me.
Perseverance is the key, and with that, you need the customer to help you keep going. When you have the customer's dollar coming in supporting you, that means you're doing something that they can appreciate, and then we're doing something that they can appreciate.
You ever have that craving for something, and then you go and get it, and it tastes different? That's not fun. And so my parents and my grandmother, they've made sure that the way they learned to cook,
Passed down from generation to generation and now to mine.
we don't change that because the customers, they have an expectation, and we want to meet that craving.